Hello and welcome to Quartz Light, your car brochure channel. And in today's episode we'll be looking at the Ford 17M. Hello and welcome back, and if you're new to Quartz Light, we're a car brochure channel here on YouTube looking at car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s, and sometimes beyond that as well. So if you're interested in cars and indeed car brochures, please consider subscribing. Anyway, back to today's episode, which was recorded for a Friday episode. Fridays on Quartz Light mean Ford Friday, of course, where we look at a different Ford every Friday. Today, possibly, particularly for the UK audience, it's probably a less well-known Ford. It's the Ford 17M, and I didn't really know about these when I was growing up in the UK, because these were a series of large family cars produced by Ford of Germany, and they are a really interesting looking vehicle and some typical Ford ideas and values. Certainly you can see these even if you don't know too much about the car. Now this particular brochure, let's just turn it over and I'll show you some dates on the back. There's a few little codes and that on the bottom there. Now normally for car brochures, and particularly like Ford brochures, you can usually work out the dates from the codes. You can see straight away that this one is printed in West Germany, unsurprisingly, or the former West Germany we should probably say. And there are some dates at the bottom here. This looks like the publication date right at the bottom there, and it says 7009. Now I'm not 100% sure, but I'm presuming that means the 9th month, 1970. It kind of like fits in really with the brochures. I'm thinking this is from 1970, this brochure. The Ford 17M produced between 67 and 71. And considering it is from the early 70s, in pretty good condition really, this brochure. Now it does say it's printed in West Germany, but the text unusually is in English, which I was quite surprised to see. So we can still read it and we can still enjoy the brochure for us English speaking viewer. Now one note, stickers are now available in the store. This was our older sticker, and then we just updated this to this new Quartz Light sticker. They are in the store. Membership is also available for those who want it. It's a very low price. It supports the channel more than anything else. Gives you a little star, tells me who you are when you comment, so I go to these people first to see what they're saying, and of course if they make suggestions, I will more likely take their suggestions for future episodes. Of course, I was also kind of like toying around the idea, should we send members a free sticker? And if you become a member, send me an email with your address and I can post you a sticker out. We've got lots of these older stickers, so it would probably be these older sticker, unless you said I really want the newer sticker. It's just I don't have too many of the newer ones around, and I've got quite a few of these older ones at the moment, but we'll see how that goes. Maybe that might be for the first 10 members or something like that, but let's just see how it goes, because I know if I'm sending you a sticker I'm making zero money on the deal, but it's nice to have a few members, and I can create extra little things for members then, you know, maybe some behind the scenes stuff, maybe some little details in the brochure that didn't come out on the main channel, etc. Now don't worry, for regular viewers you'll still see all the brochures just the same as every other member. So anyway, enough of this waffle. It's Ford Friday. It's the day of the Ford. So here we go, Ford 17M. Ford leads the way. Let's just zoom in on that unusual image. It's a very peculiar, strange image, wasn't it, with that quite scary character in the back and this lady in the passenger side, because these are left-hand drive vehicles, of course, and Ford 17M on the license plate there. Quite like the styling of these though. I like how this chrome bumper comes up towards that indicator, and of course this is a two-door model, and I think it looks really stylish actually. I'm sad I've never really seen these in real life. I guess I've only really seen these in pictures and brochures, so I don't know a great deal about the 17M, so people who have owned 17Ms who know more about it. Always interested to hear your comments in the comment section. I always read everyone and I do really enjoy that. Anyway, let's open the brochure up and learn a bit more about this Ford of Germany car. And the first page starts talking about the 2 and 4 door versions of the 17M. Incidentally, there wasn't just the 17M, there was also the 20M, which was a bit more upmarket with larger engines, and even by 69 there was the 26M, which had more luxurious features. These were quite big cars actually, and when you think about what replaced these, I'd say the Granada was probably what replaced these, so they were quite a big vehicle, and particularly when you're talking about 26M, they were quite luxurious as well. Let's just zoom in a bit on the text and we'll have a closer look at this rather attractive version in this light blue colour. So it starts off by saying a lot of people would like to own a spacious, comfortable 5-seater, but are put off by prohibitive prices, extravagant fuel consumption, parking difficulties and lack of manoeuvrability. It's a shame. There's no need to put up with cramped, uncomfortable motoring, not while the 17M is available. The 17M is roomy. 5 hefty adults can sit in comfort, and the capacious boots will take their luggage without strain. As for the price, compare the 17M with any other genuine 5-seater of comparable performance. Economy, the 17M will do 100 kilometers per 8.7 litres. And if you think that's a spacious car has to be clumsy, well, you can't be thinking of the 17M, because the 17M has a turning circle of just 10.8 metres. And kind of like the text goes on in a similar vein, so I won't bore you with all the text, but nice little image there of this particular 2-door version as well. I like it in 2-door actually, I don't know why, I do like it in this blue colour. Unusual image with this biplane at the back though, isn't it? And another similar image with another plane in the back. I don't know why that theme was coming up, but this is obviously the 4-door version. And then it starts talking about features. Really nice images in this brochure actually, very much late 60s, early 70s theme and fashion, which I do quite like actually. We'll start by reading some of the text and then we'll go through these images. So it starts talking about, a little bit of waffle about the size and that. It goes on to say the 17M has luxurious individual front seats with a handy cubby hole between them. The bench seats at the rear will take 3 big men without cramping, and all of them would have plenty of legroom. Looks like the gear shift is mounted on the steering column, and the 3 instruments are designed to eliminate glare and facilitate ease of readiness. Non-smokers will like the 17M. The efficient ventilation system changes the air rapidly, so even heavy smoking co-passengers won't upset them. I'm not sure about that. I think I would be a little bit upset, but a very sort of late 60s, early 70s sentiment there, that you can smoke as much as you want in there and it won't upset anybody else. An unusual concept. It goes on to tell us our obsession with passenger comfort has taken us even further. Noise causes discomfort, so the 17M has a split crankshaft with additional bearings to cut vibration, give a quieter ride. But that wasn't enough. We also inserted thick sound insulation between the engine and the passenger, and in the roof, to cut out outside traffic noise, I should say. But our real pride is the V configuration engine, or engines. You have a wide choice of V4 and V6 models. See the specification page, and so we'll look at those different engines later on. Then it goes on to tell you it's also got a roomy boot, so lots of luggage for those 5 passengers, and then it says, finally we protected the car, even where it doesn't show. The carefully finished body is wrapped in a scratch-proof acrylic finisher, and the underside is treated with a bituminous rubber sealant. After all, you want to keep your 17M a long time. Then we get a nice image of sort of period luggage that you could fit into that boot, I guess. A look into the interior. Nice little seats, kind of like almost remind me of Mercedes seats, but very 60s, 70s seats. No little idea about head restraints, not even anywhere to put the head restraints. And you can also get a bit of a glimpse of that dash, which is seen better on this image. We've got 3 dials. You'd think at least one of them would be a rev counter, but no. First one looks like we got the sort of light instrument lights. Next one's the speedo, and then looks like the last one looks like a very large clock by the looks of it. Maybe high models did get that replaced for a rev counter. We'll probably see in a moment, I guess. And then if we move down, and then these lovely images, the lady with her baby, very large baby actually, but very much sort of late 60s, early 70s fashion. The baby would be well into his or her 50s now, wouldn't they? And you can see that luggage neatly stored in that large boot. And then we turn the page and we get this unusual version. I think it's actually my favourite. I think it looks really nice in this style, and quite simply called the 17M hardtop. We'll read the text to learn a bit more about it, and then we'll look at these interesting images. And then it goes on to tell us, but perhaps the conventional saloon is not your style. You want the comfort, but still feel that the styling should have more elan, unusual word, more raciness. I think elan kind of referring to style, but I've not seen that word in a brochure. We've got just the car for you. It's called the 17M hardtop and has all the comfort and features of the 17M saloon. Spacious seating, safety, economy. But we've changed the styling, made the 17M lower, more tigerish looking. It has 2 wide doors and all the windows tracked fully to give you that open car feeling with any of the discomforts. It also has a floor gear shift, heated rear windows and carpeting throughout as standard. I mean, this one's the one for me actually. From the rear, I think that looks really nice, particularly when we drop all the windows and we haven't got that sort of B-pillar there anymore. I think it looks fantastic. I think it's a really nice design. If we look down, we can see how that rear window winds down. Yes, you can have a practical estate though if you've got a larger family, a very unusual image. Let's just have a quick look at the text for this. So it's telling us we've written about the spacious boot room of the standard 17M, and it's true, no other car of its class has such a large luggage capacity. But today's motorist is on the move more, and when he moves he likes to be well equipped and to travel in comfort. And obviously it carries on telling you, this large area for camping, holidays, children, etc, etc. I wish we had a slightly better picture. A bit of a side-on shot would have been nice to see, because you can't really see too much about the car's proportions from this image, but you can certainly see, roominess, practicality in this image. But you could even have like a sportier version. This is the 17M RS. I wonder if these are collectible in Germany, the same as the Fords in the UK become very collectible. We'll have a look at the images, but we'll start with the text. So the 17M RS is the performance car of the 17M range. Although like all the 17M versions, it's a big and comfortable 5-seater. It can outsprint a good many sports cars. With the larger engine, it can hit a stinging 170 kilometers per hour, and it doesn't dawdle getting up there either. One of the pleasures that the 17M RS offers is beating the boys in their cramped, drafty, noisy hot rods away from the traffic lights. A very weird statement in a car brochure, but car brochures, they weren't careful as they were later on. It was like, floor it. Of course, the 17M RS isn't just the 17M with a big engine stuck in. Everything has been done to make the 17M RS capable of handling the extra performance. Bit of a interesting little image showing off some kind of like go faster stripe. Different gauge cluster now, and we've got a rev counter on this one. Okay, I know we zoom in on the main image on this silver example. It does look very nice. It's a 4-door one though. But you can see that there's similar sort of like key sporty things that they put on sportier Fords. First thing springs out, of course, is our spotlights, these fancy wheels, and we've got a little bit of a vinyl roof there by the looks of it. Next page is the features of the 17M RS. Well, let's have a look. So it tells us the standard engine of the 17M RS is a V6 2 litre, developing 90 horsepower, top speed 160 kilometers per hour, or you can have a V6 2 litre developing 108 horsepower and giving a top speed of 170 kilometers an hour. It goes on to tell us it's got other changes, stiffer suspension, shock absorbers, different rims of course, and the dashboard has full sports instruments, speedometer, tachometer, ammeter, a coolant thermometer, fuel gauge, oil pressure gauge and electric clock to give you complete feedback on the performance of the engine. The 2 extra halogen lights give you extra visibility necessary at high speeds. For an extra charge, you can have specifically designed front seats with multiple position backrest adjustment. Also, as extra, you can have leatherette trim, vinyl roof covering, radio, sliding steel sunroof, the black radiator grille. That's to let you, the knowledgeable, know who you are. Oh, kind of like missed the black radiator grille. Let's have a look at that again. Okay, so it is easy to miss. We've still got like mostly chrome, but you have got black in between the chrome strips. And if we just compare it to the standard model, we get more chrome in between the chrome strips. Certainly gone that extra watt miles, certainly to make it look more sporty on the inside. This particular model's RS wheels. And then the unusual placement of these extra gauges. And then we move on from the RS version to see some of the options that you could get at the time for the full range of 17Ms. So it starts by telling us the following items are included in the deluxe package, with the exception of number 1, 9 and 13. These items are standard in the hardtop version. So you can have individual reclining front seats, fitted carpets, heated rear window, 12 volt alternator system, automatic washer wiper system, illuminated cigar lighter, trip mileage counter, anti-glare interior rear view mirror, two-tone horn, makeup mirror in the right hand sun visor, mouldings on door panels, wheel embellishers, chromium extension to exhaust pipe, and then there's some items that are sold separately: electric sunroof, regular steel sunroof, texture cord tyres, metallic paint finishes, laminated windscreen glass, vinyl roof coverings, radio, retractable aerial with suppressor, heated rear window, reclining front seats, leatherette linings, front bench seat with split backrests, one-piece hubcaps, embellisher rings, right-hand exterior rear view mirror, clarion horn, a more powerful 12 volt battery and a 12 volt alternator system. So you got quite a bit of equipment on them anyway, but you could really spec them up to be almost luxury cars. A little bit of a look on the inside, and yeah, you look at this lovely blue interior on this one, and some different wheel trims that you could get, and a few little images of some extras, vinyl roofs, radios, etc. Sunroof, auto transmission, and looks like different tyres you could option. And then the very back page is the specification page, so let's have a quick look at that. So it tells you a bit more information about the engine, telling you it's a V-type engine, telling you we do an oil change every 10,000 kilometers or 6,000 miles, and it looks like it gives some information there. There's a 1.5 litre 4-cylinder 1498 cc engine, and then let's have a look if we move further down. It tells us that particular engine has a top and cruising speed of 84 miles per hour, acceleration 0 to 100 or 0 to 62 of 19.1 seconds, so it wasn't a particularly fast one. That you could get larger engines, as it mentioned though. There's the 1.7 or 1699 cc engine, Top and cruising speed 140 or 87 miles per hour. Acceleration 0 to 62 of 18 seconds. Faster version of the 1.7 HC 4-cylinder. Looks like it's got a top and cruising speed of 93 miles per hour, acceleration of 0 to 62 of 16 seconds, or a little bit faster. And if we move up still further to the 1.8 litre HC 6-cylinder or 1812 cc, top and cruising speed of 95 miles per hour, 0 to 62 in 16 seconds on that one. And then there's the 2 litre LC 6-cylinder 1998 cc, top and cruising speed 155 or 96 miles per hour, acceleration 0 to 62 at 15.2 seconds. And then there's also the 2 litre HC 6-cylinder 1998 cc, top and cruising speed 100 miles per hour, acceleration 0 to 62 in 14.2 seconds. But we can still go a little bit further. There is indeed the 2.3 litre HC 6-cylinder or 2293 cc engine. Top and cruising speed of 106 miles per hour, 0 to 62 in 11.4 seconds, so that is certainly a jump faster on that. Fuel consumption suffers a little bit though. Now I'm not going to read everything, but we got a transmission there of a fully synchronized 3-speed transmission. It looks like the hardtop is a 4-speed transmission with stick shift, brakes, and what we've got, disc brakes on front wheels, drum on rear, suspension front McPherson suspension, rear is a rigid axle with leaf springs, steering, ball type, tyres, bit of information there, electrical system, bit of information there. It goes on to tell us, what do we get, single tone horn, hardtop, dual tone horn, 2-speed windscreen wipers, interior lights with door operation, headlamp flashers, backup lights, heating and ventilation, fresh air heater, defroster with variable speed blower, flow away ventilation with air intake through heater defroster nozzles, and face level vents and air outlets in rear roof pillows. Then it gives some dimensions, some weights, and some capacities. Awesome that it says model derivatives, and we can have a better look at that actually. So like we saw in the brochure, there's a 2-door sedan or a 4-door sedan. There's also a 2-door station wagon or a 4-door station wagon. Gives us a better look at the dimensions of the station wagon, and I think they look quite stylish actually. Although for me personally, I've never understood the point of a 2-door station wagon. Doesn't make sense to me. Moving on, we get that hardtop version, which I must admit I really liked, and then this, what we didn't see, a van version. A van version, that's got to be pretty unusual surely. And then finally at the bottom, of course, we have the Ford badge. So there we go, the Ford 17M. For me, an interesting car for sure. I wonder what the prices are compared to, 70s Fords in the UK. Maybe this is a way to go. We can't afford a classic Ford in the UK. Go out to Germany, get that 17M RS. Which is your favourite model, by the way? Do you like the standard saloons? Do you like that RS? For me, it's that hardtop. I think it looks really stylish. But thank you so much for watching today on Ford Friday for Quarterlight. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Many more episodes coming in the near future. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the channel and enjoyed today's episode. It really helps. And for now, we'll say have a great weekend. We'll see you very soon, and goodbye.